welcome back to the Fantasy Pavilion for episode 6 of the pick preview of game week 3. So I brought back on the guys that I had for chopping block. We have back Shamir, Daniel, and my co-host Antonio. And what we're going to do, you should be familiar by now. We're going to run through this weekend's fixtures and give you guys our predicted top performers of each fixture. So what we're going to do, Shamir and I are going to team up for the away teams, and Daniel Antonio will team up for the home team. So let's start with this first fixture here. City playing Arsenal. Antonio and Danny, take it away.
All right. Early Saturday morning breakfast for Man City at home. My pick would be Mahrez, seeing that he came off the bench last week, meaning that he is going to get the heads to start this game week. I'm feeling like Pep right now, but I feel like he will start for sure because it's Arsenal they're playing. So.
Yeah, true. I think I would have picked Mahrez as well. But I think maybe, Grealish, I'll go for him again. Grealish, he had a good start. I mean, the goal he get was just like a bounce off his knee or whatever, but he's looking good, and he could definitely cause some damage. I think Arsenal is, well, we know. So we're looking for a little cricket score probably. I don't know.
Shamir, you could go ahead and start. Let me compose myself.
Arsenal, boy, Man City. I think the best player that will do for Arsenal this weekend is Saka. I mean, just had a good game against West Brom, I believe, in the Carabao Cup. I mean, he is their star player, their golden boy, basically. I think he's going to have a good game. He could cause some damage on that City defense. He stretched that defense, targeting Stones on that left-hand side. He could do good. I'm backing him to score a goal, probably, hopefully, for my fans' sake. But we'll see.
All right. I'm going to go Pepe. Only because I'm hoping that for once Arteta will use his head, play a back three, let the team sit back. Now, I know you don't want to sit back against City, but sit back and break them on the counter. Just hit them all with everything you have on the counter and try and be as clinical as possible. And I think Saka and Pepe could provide that pace and at least hopefully provide that goal that we're looking for. So, Saka and Pepe, those are two good solid picks for this weekend's fixtures. All right, next, I'm looking at Villa and Brentford. Take it away, guys.
All right. My pick for this game, since Aston Villa is playing home, I would go with El Ghazi because I realized that he is on pens and he has been scoring. So I would pick him for this game week in particular. Of course, I'm not an Ings fan like you all, so that's why I didn't go for Ings. But Daniel, where's your pick?
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, it's Ings. Yeah, definitely all the way. I back him because he's in my team, but definitely I'm hoping that he score. I'm also looking at, I'm interested to see how Ashley Young plays, actually. I think he from what I heard, I didn't even see any games really, but he seemed to be starting for them and doing well. So he could always chip in with the assists, and all these things. So, yeah. But for me, it had to be Ings, yeah. You can't go further than Ings, yeah.
All right, makes sense. Shamir?
Brentford. The man he met, the championship bully, Ivan Toney. I mean, you can't go wrong. He man have one of the highest ownerships. Potential to be a force in the Premier League if he does get off the ground. I mean, looking at him to probably cause Aston Villa some trouble. Tyrone Mings is a man who has an error in him constantly. So he could bully him and get through that defense and score a goal. I'm looking at him to probably what's he looking for? Grant wishes, the wishes of many FPL managers by scoring that elusive goal. Let me see what happens this weekend.
Well, I'm going with the obvious and safest pick, Raya. Even if the prolific Ings scores on him, I think he will still put on a few saves. He'll get those save points. And Raya is just the best bet right now for Brentford because Tony really not doing it, and Mbeumo not doing it, Canos disappeared, Pinnock. So I think Raya will be the best pick again for now. All right, so next up we have Brighton Everton.
All
Right.
right.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Well, my pick is currently injured. So my next pick follow up would be Besuma. I really like how he played last game. He played like Mengolo Kante. He was just biting at players. And he got an assist, so maybe he would be the guy. And they are playing home too, so you have to look at that as well. They are comfortable, they're in their grounds. So even if Canoli does start, I feel like Bissouma would have a part to play in him scoring. So yeah, I'll go with Bissouma.
Okay, yeah, well, for me, I think Sanchez, again at home, I hope he keep a clean sheet, but definitely the shots would be raining in, from DCL, from Richarlison, Dinia, maybe the Kure too, you don't know. And but I'm backing him to make some saves and hopefully keep a clean sheet. Yeah.
Right, Jimmy?
I mean, you can't go wrong with DCL, right? I think the obvious choice. I mean, he's in my side. He is on fire. He has, I think, the second highest XG for the last 2 game weeks. I think it's like of 5 or something like that. So he is going to score. He is playing directly into Rafa's tactics, and I mean, he's gonna score goals on that Brighton defense, whether aerially or on the ground. I look at him to score some goals this weekend for sure.
Well, viewers, you should know by now who's my Everton pick. The man, the myth, the legend, Ballon d'Or nominee for this year, right? The Curry, right? The Curry has been in immense form. He dragged Everton to that draw last weekend because he made that assist with Gray. The Curry is going to perform with Brighton, looking a bit sus. The Curry is the man for me. But of course, DCL, Richarlison, Digne, those are good shouts as well. So next up, you have a very tricky fixture. Newcastle versus Southampton. Let's see what you guys pick here.
In my opinion, Newcastle didn't really get the ball rolling this season. They did score a few, but they concede more. And if I were to make a pick, I would go with San Maxima. A lot of tiki taka, a lot of pace. He causes a lot of danger, threat to defense. And if not a goal, he will get a few assists as they're playing home, so they have a little advantage there too. And I could see Southampton conceding, seeing that, or Vestigado's left as well, so they're not as strong on the back as before. So yeah.
Yeah, looking at how Southampton play, especially against United, because I saw that game, and they play a real good pressing game. So Newcastle will have to be on the counter too, and I think Wilson should have a good game. Again, I'm hoping for him too. Yeah, and then what is his name? Maximan. He would have been my pick too, but this guy Livramento, he looked good against United in the defense too. So I don't know if they might put him on Saint Maximan or what. We'll see. But definitely Wilson had to be my pick. Going in behind, running in behind Southampton defense. I see they got a new defender as well too.
Yeah.
2 defenders, yeah, Peru and Laicano or something like that.
Yeah.
So I had a back Wilson. Yeah, hopefully we get some. I think hopefully they get some penalties or I don't know, something.
Jeez.
All right.
Nice, Jimmy. Who we picking?
Southampton. They have like a few players I think who are good FPL players. Like the new Bamford rookie this season is going to be Adam Armstrong. 6 million, real affordable, man dangerous. 28 goals in championship last season, if I'm mistaken. Was not on penalties for Blackburn, I believe. Also, not on penalties now, right? But has pace, good goal threat. I do think with the high pressing that Hassan Hutel plays will aid him in getting more chances. I think he will be a good differential for a lot of people's teams when they try to bring in Lukaku and have a cheaper striker on their bench. Strong is a good shout for sure.
All right, well, I'm gonna go with my usual safe pick, Che Adams. I've not been wrong so far. He was my shout from since game week one. Che Adams is very consistent, and especially now there's no Ings. He's shining. He's getting his room to play, and Che Adams is my pick for this game week 3 here. So next up we have Norwich versus Leicester.
All right. Well, there was only one guy I would back on this team to do something, if anything, please Lord, and it will come from Cantwell, creativity, passing,
Mm-hmm.
free kick. It would come from Cantwell. So if something is to come from at this game, I would suspect of some Cantwell.
Well, for me, I mean, I don't know much about Norwich, other than that they might be the whipping boys this year, right? Just like the last time they were in the Premier League. But I think I'm looking at, yeah, well, Cantwell is good, Pookie is good. I want to see Brandon Williams play. He's on loan there now. I want to see how he does. Hopefully, if he starts, if he play, he's a good attacking fullback. He has some aggression to him. So I like him, and I hope he does well there for Norwich. So yeah, I would say Brandon Williams if he plays.
Cool.
Okay. Leicester, just on the note of the Norwich, I don't think Brandon Williams will play because they have this Greek fullback that they bought last year or this year. Played for them last year. Gianna Lewis. Man's a beast.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good. But I mean, they buy him, they take him on loan for a reason, right? So let's see if he plays or not. But if he does play, he might come aside as a good $4 million pick. For sure.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
Leicester, I mean, the main man last year who was on fire, not firing this year, Kalichi, I mean, he done drop in price, 0.2 million, and he not gonna be on my side basically. He don't gonna get picked. I'm looking at probably Vardy, if Vardy does start, Vardy might stretch some that Norwich defense, might get him behind, might score some goals. Looking at Vardy as being somebody who could be good for this weekend.
I'm gonna go with Casper Schmeichel. I know that's a weird one. I'll show you eyebrows raised there. Only reason because Leicester looking a little sus now. I know Norwich up for the food. Don't get me wrong, but I feel Schmeichel might be a little busy, and he'll bring in some saves and get some extra bonus points there. So I'll go with Schmeichel. Next up, we have the table topping West Ham versus the bottom feeders Crystal Palace. Take it away.
Oh boy. I mean, the obvious pick, the best pick. Antonio, of course, man in form, man in fire, breaking records for club. Definitely, he is fit and running. So, no doubt about it, he is going to come guns blazing. And of course, they are home. So, now West Ham fans is going to uplift that man. And he is going to score and assist this game. I don't feel it already.
Well, I mean, definitely, Antonio is the number one pick for that game. I think other than him, I'm looking at Cresswell. I think the supply he would, give Antonio and whoever, from the crosses and stuff. I think West Ham will have a lot of the ball in this game. And Crystal Palace might play with a low block, so they might have to spread wide, flinging crosses and hope Antonio get his head on it, So I'm looking at Cresswell, maybe Supal too, but yeah, more likely Cresswell for the team. Yeah.
Crystal Palace. I mean, with Vieira as a coach, there's a kind of like a surprise package. You don't know what you get from them game week by game week. They did, however, do well last weekend on the line stats in terms of the defense. So I would say my pick is Anderson and Guy. Two big buys. They spent a lot of money, over 50 million on both of them, I believe. And Guy's a beast in the air, So I mean, and Anderson as well. So Antonio has his work cut off him this weekend if those two perform or they could perform.
Yeah, Guy was he was my honorable mention last week for sure. Yeah, but I'll go back with Benteke. Benteke had a few chances, and he's a beast in the air as well. He will climb. He will definitely wrestle and tussle with West Ham centre backs. So I think that'll be a nice little battle there. Yeah, for sure. I'll go with Benteke for this one. So this one now we have.
Hmm.
Whew, Some big giants meeting here. So we have
I
Liverpool
knew well.
versus Chelsea.
This game, Liverpool home. My pick, strange enough, for this game wouldn't come from an attacking threat. I feel like it will come from a defender, and I feel Trent might have his time to shine in this game in particular. Um, I don't know. That's gonna feel in something with Salah and Chelsea. Chelsea looks way stronger defensively now than before when Salah used to be scoring against them. So I really can't say you're gonna be guns blazing. So I'll go to defensive pick and pick Trent.
Yeah, I mean Trent would be my first pick too because Alonso, especially for Alonso play, the way he gets forward, it would leave space definitely for Trent to take up and Salah as well. But I think other than him, we could look at even Robertson. His return. If if he is returning, I think he is because he said he's fit and he's training and stuff. He could have an impact definitely too on that left hand side coming up against James as well too. James is very attacking too. Probably have more solid defensively than Alonso. But I would say, I would look to Andy Robertson. I don't have him in my team, but I think he could do well. Yeah, coming back out. So, yeah.
I mean, picking against my favorite team, I don't know who to pick. I have no faith in them men to perform against my team. But if I had to pick somebody, handcuffed, hands, back to the wall, I would pick Lukaku. You know what I mean? I mean, honestly, I'll worried for him coming into this game. He is a beast. 90 million plus on him. They spend that money for a reason. I mean, he will score goals this season, 15 plus. I just hoping he'll score against my team. But he's for sure a goal threat. He's going to be the focal man. I think that a lot of the play going to go through him, flow through him basically. And I don't know. I have a feeling he's going to cause some trouble to Van Dijk and Matip. But hopefully they'll score. But we'll see.
Well, just for chat's sake, right? As you're a Liverpool fan, just give me one for Liverpool. Now, seeing as just to be fair, as a Liverpool fan.
I mean, you have to go Salah or Mane, to be honest with you, just because these are the fellas that have been scoring goals season in, season out against big teams, small teams, don't matter. Salah, he looks up fit so far for the past 2 games. He's disappointed. He didn't score last weekend. I feel they're going to try to make up for this weekend and put away some of those chances he's getting. And the game's going to be an open game. I feel as though they're going to have goals in it. So I feel as though Salah or Mane is going to score.
And hopefully Salah can stay on side. But my pick for Chelsea will be Mount. I think Mount will get in and about the assist. Mount is my pick there. So next up we have Burnley versus Leeds. Let me hear.
Oh, this game is like the battle of the old men versus the young boys. Because Burnley is a slow team, build up play, and they'll catch an counter with Chris Wood. And if something were to come from Burnley, it will come from Chris Wood. I always back him for something. But Leeds pace, I don't know. That back line for Burnley will be under pressure. So if I were to make a pick, it would Chris Wood.
Yeah, definitely. Wood would have been my pick too. I think other than him, is I can't even remember his name, boy. But the winger who does play for them,
McNeil.
McNeil, right?
Yeah.
So he might be, the next, danger man, really, providing the crosses, the assists for Wood. So yeah, that's what I thinking. But yeah, Burnley, they had to come real good, I think, to beat Leeds. Even though they're home, they definitely had to turn around their form a little bit. So
for Leeds, their main man I think is really Rafinha. I mean, amazing season last season. He's gonna do well this season again. I think he scored a goal last weekend or assist. I can't remember which one it was. But he's gonna score this weekend probably, more likely, against this Burnley side. That pace, get behind Ben Mee, Tarkowski, these fellas can't keep up with him. He's gonna score, more likely.
Nice. I'm gonna go with Bamford. Bamford has to start scoring. He assisted last weekend, So he really has to try and get amongst the goals here. And this is a team where he could get some favorability here. So I feel Bamford will be my choice this round here. So next up, Spurs versus Watford.
Oof. Well, my obvious pick is as an injury knock. He pulled a groin muscle and had to come off last game, which was Son. He would always be my obvious pick for Spurs. But strange enough, for this game in particular, I would pick Dele Alli. He has been looking good, attacking. And yeah, he looks like the man to bring something for Spurs if something was to come from. And I think he might get the heads up too. So he might be the assist man. He might be the 2.0 son. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see if Kane is coming back in. That'll be interesting, definitely, to see him return. And yeah, he definitely always have a goal in him. And but I'm looking at, I'm interested to see is Bergwijn.
Yeah.
This season. He looked good so far this season. So I'm looking to see how he performs. And yeah, he might be a FPL pick. You don't know. Yeah, but I'm looking to see. He might be the guy to bring goals.
Watford facing Spurs. They shocked everybody in the first game week, I think.
Yeah.
Did well against Aston Villa.
Mm-hmm.
Strangely enough, I think I'm gonna go with the keeper. I think Bachmann.
Right.
Save
Right.
points. Save just for solely save points. He's gonna try his best to keep that clean sheet. Gonna pull off at least 3 or 4 saves minimum this game week. So he might pull in a nice little 3-4 pointer this weekend. If he does pull off a clean sheet, even better. So we'll see how it goes for him.
Well, right now it's tough to pick anybody else because Spurs right now keeping clean sheets, the defense tight, looking real good. But just for sake, I will say Dennis. Dennis looked all right, he just wasn't getting much service. So they were locked down in that last game there. But I'll go with Dennis. I think Dennis, if he's supposed to get anything from a set piece or something, that'll be where they get the goals from. So our last game that we previewing here, Wolves versus Manu. And to be fair, right, Daniel, you will just give me one from Manu when you give you one from Wolves, right?
Sure.
My pick for Wolves would be Adama Traore. I mean, as I always say, he's 50-50 when it comes to finishing. He would do everything up until he reached the box. And it's either spray and pray, hope, hit and miss, I don't know. But he would do everything right until that final moment. So hopefully this game week, he can put away his chances. So I'll go to Adama.
Yeah, Adama is definitely a threat that we scared of all United fans, I think. But especially coming up against Maguire, and the pace he has, and I think Shaw dealt with him good the last couple times, but yeah, we'll see. For me, the interesting guy really right now is Ruben Neves, to see how he performs, because I know that we linked with him. I would very much like if we buy him. But he has scored against us in the past, from outside the box. He always have a goal in him. And it'll be interesting to see how he performs. I think that, if anything, he would be the guy supplying Adama with the balls in behind and all these things. So yeah, I'm looking at Neves. And well, for United, I guess I would have to say Greenwood again. He in hot form right now. He's our best player right now. Well, so far in this season, I mean, Bruno, that first game, and Pogba, of course, performing right through. But I can't look past Greenwood, just the performances he put in, he's running non-stop, and, his finishing. I'm really looking for him to hopefully get, amongst the goals again. So, yeah. So Greenwood will be my pick.
My man you pick will be Pogba. I mean, just because being further up the field, he's more involved in the game, which benefits him in terms of he has less work to do defensively. So he puts all his efforts into attacking, right? And drifting in from the left hand side, supplying Greenwood with some superb passes. I think he could be definitely carded for some more assists. I think he's a good pick for this weekend, for sure.
I just want to send some some good vibes to Bruno Fernandes. I hope he's sleeping well. I hope he's not exerting himself too hard. Hope he, not watching too much screens. Hope he's rested. Bruno Fernandes. Not just I need him. Right? I need the universe to hear him. I need him to. But now Bruno looking all right, man. I think Bruno could bounce back against Wolves. But Wolves are not a team to be underestimated. Even though they have not won anything yet. They're looking good. Well, all right, guys. So that was our run through of all the fixtures so far. What I want to do though, just before we go, guys, if you could just give me some picks that we didn't pick here. So like, let's just run through real quick. Let's just build a 11 real quick. I want to build a preview 11, right? So we're gonna go. Let's start with keeper. Let's say keeper, 3 defenders. Let's say maybe three midfield, 3 strikers, right? We just want to go with a quick team. Well, not really 11 or 10, but let's go with a quick team. So goalkeepers, real quick. That we can all agree on.
Michael, I guess, guys. I don't know how you feel about
But this
Michael
game
and
week-
Norwich. Yeah,
But this game week, I would pick
Yeah.
Loris
Yeah.
for this.
Oh, for real, yeah, true. Michael or Loris is good for me. I mean,
Yeah, because of who they're playing this week, sure.
Yeah, definitely. I like
Yeah.
Michael. Yeah, I like that pick. I think Norwich don't look like they have goals in them really as yet. So we have to see, So.
Defenders. I want to shout Cresswell.
yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll
I
take
agree
that.
with
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll take that. I think Reguilon is a good one as well.
Right.
To be honest with you, yeah, I think he's good. He's a good pick.
Yeah.
And by
Cresswell,
right,
regular, and give me one more.
I think by right, Trent in his spot.
All right. Yeah.
True.
Free kick
Yeah.
corners.
Yeah,
So
true.
he's
Yeah.
not.
True.
All right. So I
I
want 4
also-
midfield.
Any City defender that actually starts.
Right. Well, Diaz, I guess.
Yeah, I think Diaz
Diaz is the only
safe
City
pick.
guy that will ever
Yeah.
start. Let's be real.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And they're playing
True.
some shit side this weekend. So yeah. So I want give me 4 midfielders, but no Salah, no Fernandez. I want to give my viewers some different options. Let me hear
Um, well, I guess you go in Pogba because Pogba playing
Okay.
easy side,
Right,
right?
so
You go
Pogba.
Pogba. Those fellas, what are you thinking?
I
think-
feel like Dele Alli going to perform this game.
All right. That's a
That's
good shout.
I think he on pens, I think he on pens.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
Kane no play, I think he on pens. So
Yes.
I think he could be a good shout too.
I think Jorginho might actually be a good shout. And the thing is, right? The thing is that I think Chelsea will win that midfield battle definitely against Liverpool.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. So I think Jorginho, if he has a good game, Yeah.
Yeah, but
and
3
then
points
you
alone,
never
though.
know. Well, that's the thing. Is if we get a penalty, if we get to take
Yeah,
any
if-
penalty.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Rafinha, we forgetting Rafinha. For
All right,
sure.
Rafinha.
Yeah.
All right.
Timo Harrison, for sure.
3 strikers.
Antonio, duh.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Inks.
Yeah.
For sure.
DCL, I think DCL.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's DCL. Yeah, I think I'll go with him. Or Kane, if Kane plays and performs
yeah.
how he should perform. If he plays, I mean, yeah.
Well, all right. So that's our game week 311 there. Just quick off the bat. Guys, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for coming through. I want to thank Shamir and Daniel again. Antonio, my
Thanks
co-host.
again, man.
We want to wish you all the best for
Yeah,
this
man.
game week 3, right? Happy picking. Any last words before you go?
Nah, man, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure. I'll be back soon, hopefully, if you guys having me.
Sure.
It was great. A great experience.
Yeah, same here, man. Thanks for having me. It's good to have a FPL YouTuber, And Ateta in, glory, Man United, Ollie in. Yeah, Pep out.
All right, time to go. Nah, man, thanks a lot. Like the energy. Thanks for coming through. Guys, if you want to join me, co-hosting, come on the show, it's as simple as sliding in my DMs, hitting up my email at the bottom. Comment. Let me know if you all agree with anything that these guys said. If you just want to battle their teams, you could do that too. No problem with that. Right? So thanks again, guys. Thanks for viewing. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share. Check me out on Instagram as well. And you're happy picking as always. And please do not forget to save your team. All right. Later, guys.